Is milk really the best thing for cookie dunking?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
We're about to see if there's something more exciting than milk to dip our cookies into. But before we do that, this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Are you tired of setting unrealistic New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed that my goal of having a 100-acre miniature horse farm in Calabasas hasn't happened yet. None of the mini horses have called me back.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, this year, you can do things differently and regain control over your food choices with HelloFresh.
Okay, that sounds much more achievable.
Getting a home-cooked meal on the table every day is an accomplishment worth celebrating.
Woo!
HelloFresh can help with 50 weekly menu and market items to choose from so you can think less about what's for dinner and more about achieving your goals.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying that my miniature horse farm still has a chance?
Did you hear me say that?
In so many words.
HelloFresh is a can't-beat value, even at full prices. Pre-portioned ingredients mean you do not waste money on excess food.
And HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients mean there's less prep for you and less wasted food for everybody.
Since HelloFresh has more 5-star reviews than any other meal kit, you know you'll get something delicious like this pub-style shepherd's pie with white cheddar mashed potatoes. It comes in a skillet. Well, you can make it in a skillet.
Shall we taste it?
Shall.
Did your son make this? Because it's his namesake?
Mm-hmm. He said, I'm gonna make it and tell him I made it. Tell him it's mine. That's really, really good.
Tasty, Shepherd, good work.
I'm gonna set that aside and get a little bit more later. So go to HelloFresh.com and use code GMM16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts.
3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com and use code GMM16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts.
Thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this portion of today's episode.
Now, when it comes to finding the next best thing, we put a lot of famous killer food combos to the test. So many that perhaps the most iconic of all has slipped right under our radar, right?
Okay.
Just like a raccoon into a cat door.
Oh, that can happen.
I'm talking about cookies and milk.
Well, it's likely that milk is the best complement to cookies, but is there something out there that we've been sleeping on? It's time for Next Best Thing, Cookies and Milk Edition.
We may be on the verge of discovery.
Or not. To determine the true next best thing to milk for cookies, we'll be dipping into all kinds of liquidy substances, drinks, condiments, sauces, a lot of different options. These are all things the Mythical crew and kitchen determined stood the best chance of stepping into the presidency. Should something ever happen to milk, God forbid, you know how it works. It's just the order of operations. What do they call it? What's the official government term? I didn't pay attention to that class, but first,
Order of operations?
So no, that's math.
Yeah.
Let's have some good old-fashioned cookies and milk so we can remember where the bar is set.
We're going with the chocolate chip
I like to
cookie
do
today.
a few dunks.
I like to do the 1 dunk and hold, which I'm gonna carry through this test, and then the dab.
It works its way into the cookie in a beautiful way. It's a complimentary flavor. There's nothing wrong with it. Now again,
Nothing at all.
we're not necessarily trying to find something that's better.
Next.
Next best thing, you know? Doesn't have to beat it. All right, up first, there's nothing better to congratulate yourself on a workout well done than with a plate of cookies and a red sports drink.
Woo!
You did sports.
Yeah. All right.
This is odd. This is starting in an odd place.
I think that's correct.
I'm doing my traditional 3 to 4 dips and then inspecting each time just to see how it's doing under there.
I thought
I've
it would
got
make
saturation.
the cookie redder than it did.
It made it pinkish.
I do see a strong line, which sets my expectations of where I need to be biting to.
The sweetness and the
The
fruitiness
range.
of the drink is something that's unexpectedly better than I thought it would be, but not as good as milk by any
Because
means.
it's sweet, it's sweet on sweet, but it's fruit sweet on chocolate sweet.
Have you had those cookies that have the little
It's not
pool
bad.
of like raspberry jelly in the middle of them?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It has the exact same flavor profile as if there's chocolate on that as well.
And the more you say that, the better it gets.
It's
Because
like
now,
a jelly-filled, chocolate-covered donut. Nobody's complaining about that. Man,
no,
I didn't think that was gonna be good at all.
it's see, we've discovered something already.
And it keeps you in shape because it's sports drink.
Yeah, it does. All right, so by default, it's going up here on the podium, but will it last longer than just a few seconds of fame? I don't know.
Let's find out.
white queso dip.
Why?
Why? Yeah, I mean, now the Mythical crew, they do a lot of testing. There's things that never make
They
it
don't even get to this
far. So there's a reason why these are here for us to taste for the very first time. And we just have to discover
Now,
it. But I know mayonnaise didn't make it.
Mayonnaise didn't make it?
Mayonnaise didn't make it.
I demand a recount. I like the idea of cheese on desserts ever since I was introduced to the South, the Midwestern phenomenon of putting a piece of cheese on an apple pie. I think it's a Midwestern thing. We didn't do it growing up, but I've done it since working on this show.
And I think it's gonna coat it, but not soak into it.
Right, but there's so much on the outside that the flavor comes through. I just like queso a lot. I could dip anything. Probably would get away with putting like a really old cat turd in there. You know
Trust
what I'm saying?
me, I've been working with those lately. You
But you'll
don't
get-
want to do that.
Toxoplasmosis.
This,
Then you'll start taking risks.
I mean, the fact that I'll go for a second dip to make sure, but the fact that the cookie is not soaking any of this
it's
up.
not creating a new taste.
Right.
It's creating
They're still very separate.
cheese and cookies together, which incidentally, I do like both of those things. But it's almost like I was going to the snack table and I started eating the queso and chips before I finished the cookie that just happened, and they mixed in my mouth a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna complain about that.
I will complain about this because there's also a spice that's in the queso. Everything is working against everything. It's a nasty juxtaposition.
Well, hold on, before you say that,
No.
there's a man who likes mole, and you don't like mole. So I don't think it's better than sports drink, but just for those of you who want to try all these, I will say if you like mole and you like the spicy, cheesy taste and the chocolate together, it's happening in my mouth with this. So
Well, I would say you got to go hotter and runnier so to get some soakage.
it might get
So
runnier later. I don't
Alter
know.
your queso if you want to try that.
All right, but it does not dethrone sports.
Nope.
All right, we've got a glass of warm, wintry beverage.
Is it real hot?
Apple cider. It's I would say
Is it
it's
hot?
It's pretty hot.
Is it real hot?
It's not real hot.
It's just hot.
I'm expecting to like this for the same reason I like sports drink, but maybe even more.
Because of the apple pie thing you said.
Yes.
But I guess not.
No, well,
You were saying cheese on an apple pie. It ain't no
well,
cheese.
no, because apple cider is already closer to dessert like apple pie. This is kind of like, let's mix apple pie and chocolate pie together, which is something that, whoa.
And there's a
It
lot of
melted
soakage.
it.
Oh.
Well, look how flimsy that made it. Well, I got to get to it.
It's real hot.
It made like an apple strudel. Whoa.
Wow.
It turned into like, is that a strudel? Is that the right thing that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, a hot strudel. It melts the chocolate chips and you get a lot of soakage. You gotta be careful with your timing here.
I want to do another one immediately, but there's more grounds to go. This is no contest for me. This is
So good.
This is still a little
Wow.
bit weird. There's nothing weird at all about this. Apple cider, and you got to get it the right temp for the meltage,
You gotta make it real hot.
but not too hot.
Just kind of hot. Black sesame paste. This is not hot. But can I come up with some sort of paradigm or can you give me one
Oh, I definitely can.
to help me
Even if I didn't have one, I'd give you one.
have
You
an
know how I
entry
am.
point here?
But I do have one. Some of my favorite desserts, like if you're gonna get like mochi, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
A lot of times like the black sesame or the red bean, like on the inside, it's a different approach to desserts in general, is to have something that's a little savory thrown in there to balance the sweet. I'm a fan, so I think this could totally work. Well, it's a weird consistency though.
Yeah, it's very pasty with like, it's kind of like walking into a pond to take a swim and realize that you're up to your hoo-hoo in mud.
Yeah.
You ever
Or
gotten
that-
up to your hee-haw in
Yeah.
mud?
Well, also one time I went across the ropes at the tar pits.
It did not, the cookie did not absorb it.
It's not bad at
But
all.
much more dippable than like say peanut butter.
To me, the functionality here is what I'm taking issue with.
I'm getting a peanut butter sensation, which
Yeah,
I like.
I mean, sesame paste is just a nut butter. You know, that's all it is.
And the blackness of it complements the chips and the cookies, so I like the coordination.
Again, there's a lot to celebrate here.
Yeah. This
But-
is good.
It's really good. This is better than the sports drink.
Yes. but not better than the apple cider.
Apple cider made a strudel. It made a new thing.
There's no absorption. It's still a separate type of thing. It's almost like a chip and a dip sensation versus a new creation.
And if we're gonna here's the thing, I don't wanna set the bar that you have to have absorption for it to, if the taste is good enough, the absorption I'm setting aside, but the taste is not so great that we can let the functionality fly the coop.
Stay up here,
I don't know where that analogy went.
Fly with the chickens.
I know you can't tell, but there is a glass of balsamic vinegar in front of me. Right there.
Well, I got one too. You can tell over here.
Now, this is, first of all, I know it's not apple cider vinegar, but when I see a glass of any type of vinegar, I immediately have that flashback to that time we made ourselves violently ill. The worst we've ever felt on this show when we drank a pint of apple cider vinegar.
Don't do it.
But a dip into balsamic is a different thing. No, I'm only doing one, I mean, maybe 2 dips, because this is penetrating very deeply.
Yeah, I think it's getting a lot of soakage.
But it's also very strong. I think maybe we just both overdid it, but let's just.
Well, should I blow it?
Woo! Definitely overdid it the first dip.
Oh my God.
I'm going back in for, you can't do what we just did.
I'm just gonna start over.
I'm gonna dip the nip.
Just really quick. A quick dip of the nip.
I'm not going past 1/4 of the cookie. 1, 2, 3.
Whoop, just a little.
Shake it, bake it.
And then take a bigger bite.
Okay.
That's a better ratio.
Now we're in a place where I can begin to evaluate, not just immediately hate what I did to myself.
See, I've got milk just off camera, and I just want to keep going back to it so badly.
There's not a whole lot of complimentary things happening in my mouth right now.
No, this is a lot of suckage. We're in the zone of suckage.
I know. I would definitely not say that. Just so you know, if you told me that this was some fancy dish, I would probably just eat the whole thing.
He'd fall for it.
It doesn't suck.
The marketing.
It doesn't suck.
It sucks.
But it is not. It's not a contender. I will say that.
It
safely.
sucks.
And it's too easy to overdo it.
Sucks.
Okay, it sucks.
Marshmallow spread. I can't imagine that we're not gonna like this.
I'm sure that people already do this.
But is it going to create something to topple the strudel? Oh, well, see,
consistency
we're not in a soaking, we're in a dipping territory.
Yeah, this is using it almost like a chip and salsa. Which again, I'm sure somebody out there is already doing this. Not that means we can't do it.
It's good, but it's not a dip. It's not like a cookie dip experience. It's a scraping, not a dipping and soaking. So I'm out. It tastes amazing, but it's not a discovery.
It doesn't taste as good as it should, is one thing I'll say.
Wow.
You know what would be better? Just whipped cream. Just a tub of whipped cream.
Oh yeah, because I think there could be a little soakage.
But I agree.
And a lot easier dippage. This right here, you're really at risk of
you're having to dig.
Breaking off a cookie.
Once you have to use the cookie as a shovel, I think you crossed a line that you can't come back from. Next thing you know, you'll be burying your dead pets with cookies. And you don't want to do that.
And thinking about the days when you were just celebrating with apple cider and your living pets.
It got really dark unnecessarily, I'm sorry. Okay, it's about to get weird. Sour cream.
Well, I mean, sour cream is just milk's weird and sour cousin.
And I love sour stuff. I love sour cream. I like cream cheese icing on a cake because, and I know this is not cream cheese, because it's got that sort of tanginess. But sour cream is a next level of tanginess. And as you've demonstrated,
you don't even have to hold it.
But I think it's gonna.
You just shove it and then remove it. And hey, that's pretty good coverage.
And you don't want too much of this because you know it's gonna go a long way.
It's cold.
It's doing the same thing that cream cheese icing does on a cake for me.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
definitively good in my book.
It kind of wakes you up to the reality that you don't know everything.
Right.
You know, it's like dessert is not a time to just sit back, turn your brain off.
Right.
It's a time to perk up, dig in, learn something new.
There are possibilities lurking in every corner of your kitchen. All you got to do is open your mind a little bit. Just don't open the fridge and open the cabinets. Open your mind as well. And then open your mouth and eat it.
Man.
Hold on. I'm actually having a difficult time. I thought this was a runaway because the apple cider was so good. I think this is a side-by-side time.
Yep, because we gotta be reminded of what's happening here, that there's a soakage, there's a melting of the chocolate, there's a strudling of the experience.
Uh-huh. It tastes like apple pie.
It's just so
It's so good.
nice. I would love to say sour cream
Well, I'm going back into sour cream.
is happening, but I feel like this is what's happening, like right there. Our eam, you know?
I agree. Apple cider is revolutionary. This is revelatory, I would say. Revelatory.
And
You
we're
need
gonna
to try
revel
this.
in it. You should too.
But try the sour cream. You will not be disappointed. You'll be surprised.
No, try our cream. Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
Or our eam. You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Honza,
Hi, I'm Veronica.
and behind us is Pico del Teide, the highest mountain of Spain, on Tenerife,
It's time to spin.
the wheel of mythicality.
Well, I'm glad they're not up there. 'Cause
Top
that,
of-
that looks like it would take
They're
a
almost
while
at
to
the
get up
top
there.
of Spain.
Yeah. Well, no, they're next to the top of Spain.
Yeah, they are. That's close enough for me.
Click the top link to watch us discover the most bizarre pet names around the world in the Mythical War.
And to find out where the Wheel of Mythicality is gonna land. Join Third Degree monthly by January 31st and quarterly or annual by March 31st to get Mythical's first ever comic book. Visit mythicalsociety.com for details.